I said this next video was soap, but it's actually of almost an hour, but talking about to always fun video. So yeah, this so fun back. I know we feel like a mob and react to it because it's fun interesting, and I feel it was actually watching it. So yeah, but it's a big shout video. So yeah, but fun back. And just because it's a stupid rabbit hole was fun. So I was having a big knob service to so many things fun inside series, but I was talking audio and how about the recently big has style now, so he's on to dance to the and alone his eyes. So great. Yeah, this I think I'll be like about it for a pound to like December or sometime next year, early next year I think. So yeah. But this is the thing, don't that's what I said that this year, so yeah. Because it says TPS rabbit hole. Also, really quickly, before getting into this, I missed this in my research I did. But say the boy in the coaching field has been solved. Just give me a minute to because I found a website that I think solved who the boy is in the video. Hold on. It was a news website. Gosh dang it. The website was down. Oh, hold on. This explains it. Hold on. So I'm glad let's do this now since, you know. Alright. I think I'll see a good set of Olsen. It's an awkward old family video. Okay, good. So, yeah. So it's all everybody was thinking, which is good. But there we go. The mystery is now fully solved up the point and go to the field. Still don't know why that's what's not pop because of cats from the family or something. Or copyright, I guess. He, like, pissed the audio, but I was actually uploaded his break go to video on this channel. So, yeah. Anyways, wanted to clear up quickly. Now get to some deepest rabbit hole, which I'm want to talk about. Mostly it's just in college wars, but of course, that's what they say about next video, whatever. Listen, intro, stop
Saturday. Wildfires are decimating Hawaii. The Barbenheimer phenomenon is in full force. And over in an unassuming corner of cyber someone creates a YouTube channel with an urgent call to action.
I was lagging there. I was saying, this about them heaven scapegoat the code about like alien stuff? Because I don't know, might not be. I don't know.
It's called the Earth Save Science Collaborative, and it's hosted by a man named Alan Agon Shalakian. On his channel, we can find over 180 videos of this man warning people about global issues like climate change, nanoplastics, and disinformation campaigns. Admittedly, while these are all issues that are plaguing the world, the way Agon is framing them is a bit odd. In every single one of his videos, he sits in front of a camera dressed in a suit. goes on about his various accolades and spends anywhere from around 30 minutes to 3.5 hours fear-mongering about things like geophysical anomalies inside the Earth's core that, upon doing further research, appear to have little to no basis in scientific fact. According to Aegon, if humanity doesn't unite to solve this global threat, then the end of the world is really a few years away. On his website, EarthSaveScienceCollaborative.com, we can find a section that gives us insight into his cause. And at a cursory glance, we can notice a plethora of colorful phrasing formatted in bold for dramatic effect. Aegon claims that there are alarming anomalies. There's a chaotic acceleration of the planet's rotation, that humanity only has a few years to avert an impending catastrophe. And upon taking a look at their scientific papers, he makes bizarre claims about an external and unknown cosmic force that's all of this. Now, to me, this entire movement comes off as conspiratorial. Aegon, in my opinion, consistently instills urgency in the reader, distorts science-backed evidence to fit his narrative, and given that he appears to be someone so ingrained in academia and the government, is feigning credibility while banking on the hope that you won't ever verify his claims. But okay. So we found a channel on YouTube with a random old guy that uploads crazy videos about an impending calamity that could happen in as little as years. Why exactly are we giving this guy attention? And what truly is the big deal here? Well, while in any other circumstance I would have moved on before this video even started, there was one simple thing that kept me here. His hands. Online, people have noticed that in certain videos, Aegon doesn't move. And while it's such a simple, silly observation, it's effectively morphed what was supposed to be just a random internet anomaly into one of the strangest and most perplexing internet rabbit holes.
Wait, where are we going?
That I have ever
What's up with
seen.
dude's hands? What? Okay, I'm hooked in, Nexpo. Oh, you're Nexpo, boy. But what happened to you? Why did you...
Alright, just a quick story time. Alright, so as you guys may know, my wife and I had our baby girl in December, and we found ourselves faced with something we weren't quite prepared for, finding her a doctor. Not only that, but a good one, in-network, nearby, and with availability within the first month. It is insane how many variables go into simply booking a doctor's appointment. That, combined with the sleepless nights we were going through during that time period, really made for an unnecessarily stressful process. And that alone is exactly why I'm such an avid user of tonight's video sponsor, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. From mental health to dentistry, eye care, skincare, and everything in between. ZocDoc makes it easy to book in-network appointments with more than 150,000 healthcare providers. All it takes is just a few clicks to book a doctor that suits your needs. And the best part is, appointments can usually happen within just 24 to 72 hours. Taking care of your health just got easier. Head to ZocDoc.com/Nexpo to get started and check that appointment off your to-do list. Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring tonight's video and helping us all take better care of our health.
Government AI-generated fake YouTubers are now a thing.
What?
And they're...
This is a hologram? Where the heck are we going? Okay, we're gonna say, dude, please don't know about FBA in time, and also I don't want to watch this because I hate FBA in time. It gives me nightmares all day. It's not giving me nice. Is it Nexpo? Okay, now my head is great.
They're super scary. Hi guys. Found a about Destiny doing some research and some weird things, and one thing caught my attention. This dude named Aegon Shalakian is supposed to be a person with a lot of influence in the US government, but he never existed, and everything about him is just odd or weird in some way. He has a YouTube channel in which he only speaks...
Hold on, quick minute. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Why? Actually, I'm with I just because if I'm deep. How He goes, yeah, this is a DT. It was TB when it done do this. AKA Batman.
Speaks directly to a camera, speaks a bunch of nonsense about geopolitical stuff, and does not move. I'm being serious. This guy sits for 3 hours without moving his hands.
Maybe it's like some kind of like disease or something. It's like a disease where like makes you kind of like move your hands. I would kind of like paralyzed or something. But it's like a disease where you kind of like not like a sickness where you kind of like a hands like become unable to move. Because I was saying before, maybe he has like some kind of disease or something that makes it where he can't move his hands. Let me put that up quickly. Disease. Not able to move. Able to move your hands. That's how I was gonna say before, but I know that's the same. Suffocating possibility to move with your hands. Yeah, so it might just have a blanket distance. Wait, hold on, box disease. Some movement, emotional stiffness. Why didn't grip it very difficult? Maybe he has Parkinson's disease. I mean, why is this out? It can have like a very serious disease, and y'all making fun of it. Like what? It's like my brain like it's mental. They have like some kind of mental disorder. Why are you making fun of people with mental disorders? Call them AI. Okay, that's why I hear you out. But I think it's why I just have Parkinson's disease. Like he's trying to process feel down. Yes, you can't be able. No, not kidding. Never mind.
Across the internet, we can find him. On LinkedIn, Facebook, research archives, and photographed with countless major public figures in governments and academia. Aegon, according to his Facebook and LinkedIn profiles, carries a highly decorated resume, having studied at numerous prestigious institutions like Harvard, MIT, and Stanford. And while this looks impressive, he notes that he somehow attended these universities at the exact same time. Now, as we know, anyone can put anything on a LinkedIn profile, and given that his accolades are so incredibly out there, it's possible that some, if not all of his social media claims are bogus. On top of this, if we perform a search for Aegon Shalakian on the internet, we'll find that hardly any of his actual research comes up. For someone so ingrained, so well networked, you would think that this man's work would be everywhere. But aside from his own profiles, paid articles he himself submitted to the press, and videos from his YouTube channel, little, if anything, is out there. It seems that all we have are a myriad of images depicting Aegon with public figures. However, upon looking at them closer, even these seem strangely uncanny. He can be seen photographed with former CIA Director Stansfield Turner, but it looks... This one's with a Harvard colleague named Robert Merton.
He looks like he's like on green screen.
What's going on here?
He looks like he's like on green screen.
Okay. What about this one? This one looks normal.
Yeah.
But no. Hold on.
What? Keep it close up. Oh, gee, I'm in this music right now. What?
Aegon Shalakian has fabricated a massive network of images depicting endless aspects of his life that never happened. This is why he's garnered such an infamous reputation. The bizarre, nonsensical LinkedIn timeline, the unnatural ability to sit still for over 3 hours at a time while professing absolute nonsense. In the photos, his entire online presence rests in the uncanny valley, and given how proficient AI has become at spoofing entire personalities online, this left many across the internet wondering if this could be what's going on here. Is Egon Shalakian, proficient researcher, world-renowned scientist, and highly decorated alumnus of numerous prestigious universities, even a real person? Or is this one of the most involved examples of the dead internet theory that we've ever seen?
I've heard that theory before.
On Aegon's channel exists a documentary called The Impact, and in it, we can hear an AI George Washington calling the audience to action against a so-called foreign enemy. It goes on to fearmonger about impending civil war, so-called anti-cult organizations that oppose him, and it puts forth various potential scenarios about the end of the world. It is, for all intents and purposes, complete AI slop, and weirdest of all, it goes on for 8 entire hours. You will learn. It's just a bunch of random propaganda wrapped up in vernacular that simply goes on in circles. Yeah, even so.
Okay, so it's 100% true then. It's
This
not a
video
freaking
has
channel.
found an audience. Thank you to all that stood up to protect our Constitution and our rights. Yeah, by the way, it's so nice to see actual journalism for a change. You all didn't have the complete story. The rabbit hole goes much deeper. This is 8 hours long.
Why is
and you're
it
saying
8
we don't
hours?
have the complete story? Well, I'll just go forth and say it. I refuse to believe that anyone on planet Earth has had the willpower to sit down and attentively watch all 8 hours of this, much less consider it journalism. As we can see, these comments all come from those with randomized usernames, empty YouTube channels, not a single profile picture.
They're all
It
like
appears
bot
that the only
comments.
ones here are bots, a revelation that does not help Aegon's case.
We're going a little bit deeper, okay? In chat, somebody brings up a YouTube video of
Wait,
this
Who
guy.
is this? Who's this? No.
Hello. My name is Egon Chalakian. I am an intelligence educator. I prepare intelligence personnel for clandestine service. The focus of my career has been centered on the intelligence community of national security.
As this mystery made its way across the internet thanks to a live stream by Destiny, had many to scour for trace involved him speaking in front of a camera. His entire image was incredibly manicured, overproduced, and for a while, it seemed like there was nothing out there that could truly humanize him. But right when people were keen on throwing this entire mystery away as just another case of AI-generated nonsense, a random pandemic-era video depicting a Zoom call, of all things, found its way into the spotlight.
What?
Hey there again.
How you doing?
Well, how about yourself?
Just peachy. I figured I'd step in early and just
Wait,
hang my hat.
what?
Awesome, fabulous. We have some people that are kind of hanging
Okay,
out
okay,
here, the
okay,
judges of
okay,
the jury.
oh, okay. You can stop here and beat me out. Oh my gosh, that's what's like. Okay, no problem. You said, but you can't take on. You quit me out right now. Just quit me out. I'm gonna nightmares. No. So he is a real person. Because this looks real. So what? What the? Okay, oh, I've only 15 minutes into this video. Oh, okay. How much deeper does this go, man? Guys.
The pitches took a little bit less time than we had planned for, since we had.
And so, there we have it. Aegon is just peachy. And he's a real person. Turns out that this guy pulled a Stephen McDaniel and somehow sat still for 3.5 hours, which is weird, but okay. So that's all this is then,
Yeah,
right?
it's probably
A conspiracy theory YouTube channel run by an old man doctoring photos of himself and over-embellishing his achievements to make him seem more legitimate than he is. Someone who, admittedly, seems pretty nice according to this call. And someone who found himself ensnared in an online conspiracy about his very existence, completely out of nowhere.
Maybe it's just cut out.
You know, the reason I do what I do is because of mysteries just like this. Creepy internet anomalies that we can investigate and solve with a logical conclusion. Aegon has fabricated an entire online persona, and admittedly, it was an engaging investigation. So thank you guys so much for watching.
What's happening? Okay, is that quick?
Something is wrong.
What?
All throughout Aegon's comment section, we'll notice the same commenters spread out across his uploads. And upon taking a look,
Pretty creative society.
interesting. What's going on with this?
Representatives of the Creative Society delivered a substantive presentation addressing one of the most pressing issues that has long been the subject of my research and concern for many years.
Weird, but okay. What the hell's the Creative Society?
That's what I'm saying.
There it is, again. Okay, I'm not trying to be tinfoil hatty, but there are way too many oddities taking place with this channel. Every single comment supports Aegon. They seem to heavily lean Russian. They all connect in some way to something called Creative Society. And upon closer inspection, why is Aegon on their website? From what it seems, Aegon Shalakian isn't just a one-man show. It's a group. So who in the world are these people?
I feel what Great Society is.
Here's a typical morning routine as someone who owns 11 pets.
Okay, I've been making this brown sugar mocha dalgona lately. Nescafe's helping me.
November 7th, 155 miles per hour winds just wiped out 80% of the city.
It is what all people want. We've been conducting a lot of surveys for several years.
No day without informing about Creative Society.
It is not some saintly cult. The Creative Society is all of humanity. And when I say all, it means all.
Making its way onto every social media algorithm across the vast ocean of the internet is an idea. An idea that, on the surface, sounds idyllic, the sort of thing you'd hear in, let's say, a dream. The long-awaited arrival of a future we were promised, yet never came, and one that'll radically transform the lives of everyone that chooses to follow it. It goes by the Creative Society, and it's spilling out on a TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, really anywhere with an audience online. Take a look around, and chances are you'll find it. Front and center on their website, we're greeted with oddly familiar dialogue. Today, as the global community faces an increasing threat of natural disasters, the pursuit of security and sustainability has become fundamental for everyone. This situation requires immediate and decisive collective action. Just like the Earth Saves Science Collaborative, we're confronted with a conveyor belt of ideas, videos, and scientific reports that scaremonger about many of the same problems that Aegon told us about earlier. nanoplastics, catastrophic earthquakes, an increase in turbulence in the Earth's atmosphere. It honestly sounds like a complete rehash of the exact same information. So much so that when I was digging through this, I found myself wondering why they even bothered creating another site at all. Upon heading over to their About page, we're given somewhat of an answer, as the site goes from a retread of familiar information to something completely out of field. According to the wall of information before us, the Creative Society is more than just a bunch of scientists from 180 countries, aka most of the world, with the goal of transitioning in a legal and peaceful way within the shortest possible time to a new creative format of society worldwide.
So it's a new world order.
Further down, they go on to reveal that their aims include eradicating climate change, which they believe is caused not by humans, but cosmic forces, as well as miraculously putting an end to all wars. They guarantee that under this new system, all adults will receive a universal basic income every month and an extra $100,000 upon the birth of their first child. Free healthcare will exist across the world, travel without restrictions, the eradication of all debts, mortgages, and taxes, and all of this can be achieved if we simply follow their lead and unite under the system.
We'll do that on one twin part that happened on Twitch a few years ago. That's how mine heard about. That's the side I think it's called, yeah. Hold on, I'm thinking like that.
No, this clearly all sounds way too good to be true. Much like how Aegon came off, it feels completely outlandish and conspiratorial. Yeah. To be honest, it feels like the Creative Society has more in common with something like a religion, or perhaps even
my neighbor in my house, like, if I'm facing out the guy to my left, he is a cult leader. He has this cult called the Creative Society.
What?
I swear to God.
What did they do?
They're like a doomsday,
what the hell?
Kind of like they're a doomsday cult, but they're like eco-doomsday. So they think that we're in the end of humanity, and the only way to bring us out of it is like through their method of creativity.
Concept of a new world order. A list of 8 pillars that their values are based around. The weird Illuminati-looking logo. All of this is packaged exactly like a cult. And although it seems obvious in hindsight, if you had merely stumbled upon it when scrolling online, you likely wouldn't even second guess it. This entire organization looks authentic. It pulls you in with its lengthy, seemingly well-researched reports and videos on important topics, led by experts who look legitimate. And it promises of a perfect world where you can be free if only you spread their message. And somehow, it's actually working. Plastered all over their website are image after image after image depicting everyday people posing with Creative Society paraphernalia. From what it seems, this group is utilizing their appearance to wiggle their way into various climate expos, US-based business conventions, and offices. This, combined with their immensely aggressive social media presence, in which their videos doing a net good for the world. However, as I saying this, I am honestly more confused than ever, because quite literally
That makes sense to me.
So far, we've seen 2 interconnected climate activist groups that are very clearly peddling more than they've let on. Doing any sort of surface-level research into any of them reveals that their claims are extraordinary. They distort science, fabricate their credibility, and even on the Creative Society's website, they go on about a utopian new world order. Either none of these people are doing any research into the organizations they're so outwardly supporting, or they are, and I'm just the crazy one that doesn't see their vision. To me, the entire existence and support of the Creative Society is one massive paradox. People should be writing them off. So what really is going on here? Upon scouring the net for any information about this group, I happened upon an article written in 2022 on BBC.com. Penned by two climate disinformation reporters named Marco Silva and Marilyn Thomas, they dive into, of all things, how the Creative Society is fraudulent. They explain how several high-profile scientists were, at one point, invited to speak at their online events, mistakenly believing that they'd be educating the public, only to have their words entirely twisted. They claimed that video footage was edited to remove any mention of the human causes of climate change, instead framing them as if they agreed with the Creative Society's outlandish views. Since then, these fraudulent videos have been blasted across their socials, fueling propaganda and continuing to attract more and more of the general populace to their cause. It's clear that this toxic combination of distortion and dissemination is what's quietly elevating them to prominence. But even still, there's a question brimming in the back of my mind. Who exactly is behind all of this? On their website, the Creative Society simply states that there's no one person funding or directing them. It's all just this undulating network of volunteers banding together to change humanity. However, it's when we scour the BBC article when we'll find that that isn't exactly true. Within it, they name drop a man, someone who's been affiliated with the Creative Society and shows up throughout the bold online presence. In fact, it's a man who you've already seen several times throughout this video, hosting their conferences, introducing their YouTube videos, speaking on their network of over 200 channels across thousands of videos. He doesn't exactly hide himself, but he remains just distant and unfamiliar enough to the average person to not arouse suspicion and to coordinate things from behind the scenes. His name is Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, formerly a chiropractor, now the leader of the Creative Society, and someone who's also listed as the leading figure in a Ukrainian spiritual movement, which... Hold on.
What?
Alatra is known for promoting pseudoscience and wild conspiracy theories involving aliens and secretive powerful elites that sacrifice children. Okay, that is an absolutely insane statement, but that name, we've seen that name before.
Oh, that was quick.
Right under our nose, a group has been operating. And upon digging into them further and cross-referencing them with the Earth Save Science Collaborative and the Creative Society, it's become clear to me that everything we've covered up to this point was nothing but a front. A funnel to the real core of this rabbit hole. Alatra. Hidden within every climate report and embedded in every viral video are endless references to something called Alatra, an organization which, as it turns out, has much deeper and more expansive roots than anything we've seen so far. They're the ones behind the Creative Society project, the ones paying Egon Shalakian to lobby in the US government, the true puppet master behind this sprawling network of interconnected accounts that are quietly taking over the internet. While up to this point, we've seen the prior groups spreading misinformation and outlandish ideas, what Alatra truly believes at their core is so far out there, so off the rails, that I struggle to comprehend how they've ever been taken seriously. According to the videos on their vast network of YouTube channels, they sincerely believe that humans are capable of telepathy and have conducted several experiments using a walk-in pyramid where volunteers transmit symbols with their minds in front of a live audience. They have videos showing members taking photographs of their thoughts, infographics about the soul coming from space, even podcast appearances where they talk about aliens living among us.
Considering the level of their development, the Apexians had took the simplest option. They elevated themselves to the rank of...
Oh, where is going?
Naturally, on their website, they mention none of this, instead when we take a look at their About page, though, when we're able to spot something strange. Taking up nearly half of this page is a massive section about a supposed defamation campaign enacted upon Alatra by a group called the Russian Association of Centers for Religious and Sect Studies, or RACERS for short. Alatra claims that this group sought to tarnish its image by accusing them of believing in ideologies laid out in so-called fiction books that they once published. Furthermore, they go on to claim that they are absolutely not an apocalyptic cult and that all rhetoric supporting this is intentionally trying to discredit them. You know, it's funny they say that because we kind of already had an idea. If the alien beliefs and weird telepathic experiments weren't enough to give it away, then them outright claiming that they're not a cult, guys, they're not a cult, is a bit of a dead giveaway. But I digress. With this in mind, I did some digging into Alatra itself and stumbled upon a trove of information about their early years. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but even with everything we've seen them peddle so far, things still get stranger.
What?
In their early years, Alatra was born as nothing more than a publishing house, releasing novels penned by an author named Anastasia Novik. These books are highly spiritual and feature a being named Rigdon Japo, who's a sort of prophet for Alatra. Supposedly, he's been reincarnated. He can teleport, read minds, and displays numerous other superhuman abilities. Exactly the kind that they're trying to replicate in the pyramid videos. In essence, he's their version of Jesus, and some of the books even read like religious texts, containing conversations between Japo and Novik, where he relays the word of their god, a disembodied voice named Alat, to the reader. The most interesting part about Japo, though, has nothing to do with his supernatural behavior, but rather, his job. In their very first book, dating way back to 2003, he's introduced in his earthly form as a martial arts teacher and, well, would you look at that, a chiropractor. His students call him sensei, but on more than one occasion, he is directly referred to by the name Igor Mikhailovich.
So all this came from a book. Interesting.
While Alatra may have passed these books off as mere works of fiction, the inclusion of Igor Danilov is very real. This man to this day is convincing thousands to follow him. He professes the ideas baked into these novels in his troves of YouTube videos and on every Alatra website, and he convinces humans that they're capable of doing things that are physically impossible. At this point, we've transcended the realm of pseudoscience and societal manipulation, because this man, Igor Danilov, is trying to be a prophet. A warped, twisted, and disturbed prophet, leveraging his power behind the scenes to not only control people, but to enact some of the most disgusting acts imaginable.
Люди очень много лет в постоянном страхе, и поэтому они очень контролируют, что они говорят, как, и, конечно же, никому ничего нельзя сказать.
Добрый вечер. Я очень благодарна, что вы вышли со мной на связь. Я понимаю, что время у нас довольно ограничено, поэтому давайте пройдемся по тем вопросам, которые бы хотелось, ответы на которые хотелось бы общественности показать.
The video you're currently watching is an interview between a Russian journalist named Elena Namlieva and one of Igor Danilov's former so-called heavenly birds. In fear of retaliation, her identity has been concealed. However, the information she provides gives us an eerie look into his other ventures. In this interview, the woman explains that Igor, joined by other cult members, would regularly partake in group intercourse with upwards of 13 women at a time.
That's so disgusting.
These women, as far as she knew, ranged anywhere from 20 to 40 years in age, and these acts were supposedly meant to cleanse their spirit.
What?
Igor Danilov, being the group's prophet, would utilize his power to coerce them into participating, and if they refused, resist or told anyone about what was happening behind closed doors.
Alright, take it back. I'm gonna get my face on all the rest of this so I can get through without lagging. Baby dudes are disgusting. Okay. This is a deep rabbit hole tease. What's that with him? It's like a video.
Беседы сквозь все встречи, что или ты с нами, или ты попадаешь в ад и будешь вечно расплачиваться и спать.
Oh my gosh, Christmas. People are just making me like so freaking upset. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, ugh.
As details about his actions trickled out over the years, investigations into Alatra began. Turch allegedly became so concerned about this group that they labeled them a psycho cult, while simultaneously Russia also declared their activities undesirable. Their controversial beliefs, psychological manipulation and coercion, and worshipping their leader as if he was some kind of messiah were starting to cause concern. And with the member base growing day by day, Alatra was rapidly morphing from the appearance of an innocent climate-focused organization into a legitimate global threat. In August of that year, Ukrainian forces organized a series of raids on the homes of Alatra's key members. They scoured Ukraine from top to bottom and followed every lead they had, no matter how insignificant. More than 20 cells were broken up. Yet, surprisingly, Danilov was nowhere to be seen.
Of course he wasn't.
While the case, though, they weren't entirely empty-handed, as what they found instead was so unexpected, so completely out of left field, that it turns this entire movement on its head.
What did they find?
Inside one of their compounds, Ukrainian authorities uncovered an array of weapons, religious texts, and a myriad of blurred red objects. Interesting. Well, good thing there's a video. So let's see.
Thick is that? Oh, it's a hat. I think it is.
All throughout this compound are not only shrines dedicated to Vladimir Putin, but Trump hats everywhere.
Of course. Why does that surprise me? Why does that surprise me? I already said, I think like 20 minutes ago or something, that it was done as a DT. Why am I not surprised? Disgusting.
Creating account after account, specializing in nearly every country in the world to spread their message. This is why they're paying Egon Shalakian to cozy up to any major governmental figure he can. This is why they've spread to California and have launched a trendy new YouTube channel for a fresh American audience. These people will not stop their efforts until they land.
This week I can talk about this on film. Like North Korea was doing the same thing, creating like YouTube towns like flaws. It's also freaking disgusts me. Like North Korea isn't a happy place, okay? Neither is freaking Russia. What are y'all talking about? Oh my gosh, make me mad. But this is a deep rabbit hole. Just because it's on my hands. Wow.
Someone inside the White House and beyond. And you wouldn't believe it, but they're well on their way there.
I am running for president of the United States of America to give power back to the people and build a creative society worldwide.
It turns out that former football coach and presidential candidate Robbie Wells has been associated with Alatra and the Creative Society since 2019, running for office, circulating the same rhetoric about a universal basic income, using every social media account to deliver pro-Alatra, pro-Putin conspiracies to his followers. Pastor Mark Burns, the man who just helped erect the golden statue of Trump, also has video after video spanning every one of his socials supporting Alatra's cause. And most insane of all, even the Pope has given Alatra his blessing, something they make absolutely sure to boast about on their website.
I remember that pixel. I thought, oh my, it's a freaking Pope fan. Okay, oh, this is disgusting. This makes me throw up. Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. No, I'm not being for real. I said Christian, I said highly offended. Oh my gosh. This, I know I was like a false god. Oh my, I'm like a false religion. Oh, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I don't know what else to describe, but this is disgusting. The freaking Pope. Oh, I saw it. Oh, it's a Christian is a freaking offends me. Oh, I'm disgusted. I'm not talking. I'm disgusted by like, and his wife is freaking saying that's what I found like what he did. I can't believe God's not supposed to be taking all their mate. And also, another disgusting group that makes me want to actually vomit. Oh, it's a Christian I'm offended. Oh no.
These activities, these attempts at gaining access to major governments across the world are happening right under our nose. And no one, besides a handful of people dedicated to following Aegon's trail, are talking about any of this.
Jeez, I still have so 10 minutes left. Oh my goodness.
Ahoj přátelé, vítám vás z Afriky. Je to tady naprosto fantastický. Zrovna jsem přišel do vesnice. Hello Klára! Tohle je jedna z mých hlavních pomocnic.
Allow me to introduce you to Jakob Jall, a journalist, YouTuber, and qualified expert in cults, dedicating his life's work to exposing them and the plethora of sophisticated techniques they use to manipulate their followers. He's also a humanitarian, having spent numerous years volunteering in Africa, traveling to communities like the town of Moshi, Tanzania, where he helped to provide education and support to people in less privileged situations than his own. Or at least, that's what he says he does.
What?
Scattered across YouTube are numerous documentaries that provide a much more sinister look into Jakob's supposed activities in Tanzania. Jakob Jall still free.
What?
These productions span hours and appear to be entirely legitimate documentaries. They're presented by verifiable hosts who have taken to the streets of Moshi to interview locals who'd like to expose the truth. That Jakob Jall is a liar, a deviant, and that he secretly and covertly conducted an undercover operation to abuse and brainwash children in Africa. This case is so disturbing, so repulsive, that all over TikTok to this day are hundreds upon hundreds of videos spreading the word about this monster that has seemingly been hiding under the radar for years.
This horrible human being who abused kids in Tanzania. His name is Jakob Jall. He is from Czech Republic. He came to Tanzania.
Just take a look what this predator, Jakob Jall, who...
I would say it's a twist. And all these people... Because how is the Grand Side going to get tied back, like, and like what we were talking about, like, tied back into this? Like, all these... I because I don't think he is a bad person. So I said that wasn't a queer society or whatever that called. I forgot. I don't know, man. I loved it. It was coming, man. Because God was so disgusted from the Pope. Not because of the Pope, because of what he did in the Pacific Society of Abolition.
African kids
What's
is
that context?
insane. Jakub Jachel raised thousands of euros, claiming it was to help children in Tanzania, and then he used this money to brutally abuse them.
This account, Ollie Climate Girl, is one of hundreds spreading the Jakob Jarl story. Which is fine. It's good to get the word out. The part that isn't fine, though, is that this very account has already shown up in this video.
Wait. So he isn't a bad person.
Jakob Jarl never did any of this. The documentaries, completely fabricated. The endless support of them, entirely manufactured. Every bit of information we've learned about Jakob up to this point has been nothing but what Alatra wants us to know about him. Because just a few years ago, Jakob did something to absolutely enrage them. In 2023, Jakob Jarl was one of a number of Czech journalists working to expose Alatra's activities. Turns out that he was instrumental in locating one of Igor Danilov's hideouts. And because of his meddling, he's now facing a coordinated smear campaign, essentially painting him as the devil.
Oh my
Unfortunately,
God.
It's difficult to parse who exactly is connected to Alatra and who isn't when it comes to their comment sections. They've amassed hundreds of them across their various uploads, and the overall sentiment ranges from unapologetic support to cautious skepticism. From what it seems, this massive psyop they're pushing is working in some capacity, as it's even caused the Czech government themselves to step in and investigate Jakob for these claims. It took years before he was exonerated, and while today he's thankful for it, the mental toll it took on him, combined with the internet's collective outrage about him doing things he never would have even imagined doing, all of it had unfortunately put him in an extremely dark place.
That's how it's going. I think it's going.
Hello, this is Pastor Mark Burns, spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump, and I want to tell you, I'm here in the Tanzania embassy right now. Just had a wonderful, productive meeting. Jacob is not going to get away with the evil and the atrocities that has been done to these children. So let's continue to pray. Let's continue to fight. And let's continue to tell the world that justice is coming.
I'm trying to make it. I don't even know.
To this day, if you look up Jakob Jarl on any search engine or social media platform, you'll find video after video painting him out to be a monster. It is an absolute travesty, and that's exactly how Alatra wants it.
It's interesting. I don't know if you know, but this summer holidays, Alatra is again visiting Tanzania. They're going there with like 20 volunteers for 2 weeks. And you know why they do it? Because the children we were helping, they discovered all their orphanages. And now they're getting into the orphanages. Of course, when they give those people money, of course they will take it. And then so now they're going there and visiting those children we cared for years. And they're visiting them, and they will try turning them into this Alatra member in the future. They have like this whole campaign, and that's the real torture thing,
right.
Because they can't hurt me with lies when I know it's a lie, But they can hurt me with those children we helped them medically, we put them in school, and now they go there. Now they made all those people crazy. They're spreading those things, so I can't visit Tanzania. anymore. So I can never visit them again, the children, nor any of the volunteers who traveled there with a bunch of people for years. We cared for all of them. No one can visit them anymore, and all of those children are getting indoctrinated into a lot of culture.
Now that you're saying that, I had never considered that as one of the negative effects that Alatra has had on people. That, I will say, is probably one of the most grim out of everything, and I never knew that. So thank you for bringing that up, because I want more people to know about this.
Yeah, so that's like the real thing that's hurting me. That's the only thing I can't like be laughing about. But the other things that okay, so they will kill me somewhere, you know? That's like something I can laugh about, because I don't care so much when I know. But this is something that guilty, because if I would not visit those children and would not
Jeez, what has happened there? Jeez.
investigate cults, they would not be indoctrinated by this crazy cult that's now targeting them.
At the end of all of this, I'm simply left feeling shocked. Shocked at the fact that something so random, so minuscule, a simple live stream by Destiny and a Reddit post to accompany it, could morph into something so far from where we started. This entire time, Aegon Shalakian has been nothing but a cog in a much greater machine. A fraud in so many aspects of his life. Alatra, to this day, is operating around the world and is doing everything they can to entangle themselves in world governments to further their cause. Like with Robbie Wells and Mark Burns, their strategies have been undeniably effective. However, I believe that shining a spotlight on groups like this can truly help prevent them from weaseling their way into where they don't belong. What they've unleashed upon Jakob Jarl and the handful of other journalists that have exposed them is cruel and inhumane, and it reveals
I'm gonna have to share my. There we go, there we go, there we go. I still have my face cancel, so let me lag in.
fault you for believing their climate disaster reports, considering the changes our planet's seen in the past few decades. And I wouldn't fault you for giving these people credibility, given the seemingly endless images and videos depicting them with powerful figures. While Igor Danilov, to this day, remains at large, his group continues to operate in capacities that I still don't fully understand. Who knows how many women are still under his grasp, worshipping him as something he isn't, coerced into satisfying him whenever he demands it, and being tormented into an agonizing silence. I can only hope that someday they wake up and realize how fraudulent everything about Alatra truly is.
Of course, just got online presence. Like I was saying, that's all I need to know my club, but no. Man, what's a deep rabbit hole. Okay, if you're there about an hour long, so I'm gonna stop it here. Man, yeah, that was deep. I don't know what's going on. Also, from somebody's thing else. I was focusing to something. Nope, I'll be about it. Discussing Melissa's goat and yeah. Wow. It's almost 8 hours long and ended. Hope that's well. Listen, the rest of the format so probably is. Hopefully, I know so many things for inside the audio feel soon. Maybe for yourself, maybe get a Christmas surprise, maybe. Maybe I'll wait, I've been waiting with doing like cost upload. Now we just like stop upload for some reason. Probably from this one me found in 2026 video, so yeah, they're gonna come out in this year, so I would do, but definitely be honest with you, it was gonna be like 2 hours. I'll just be able to different parts, so yeah. Anyways, my sponsor, so sending my team midfield, my team midfield assets today. Let's record them and they'll get a little public. One one of them can get blocked, both of them can get blocked, but I just record them tomorrow and they get blocked, just dispute them, and yeah. But man, Expo. That's what I would say. Anyways, my sponsor is here, so I might fix it on now, yeah. Again, it's been deep, man. It's been deep. Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, man. Especially with the Pope again, by the way. I guess I don't have time for this out, so yeah. And funny, everybody's on Sunday. First come on, so yeah. I'm gonna talk to subscribe. I'm gonna start coming soon tomorrow. Doing speaking my next round to new One of Five episodes, so stay tuned for that. Then I got lots more stuff coming in with 2 5 seconds. I'm gonna midfield asset poll. Midfield asset poll. More stuff coming this week. I think 12 assets hopefully returning this Wednesday, hopefully. So yeah. Anyways, all I'm gonna subscribe and I'll catch y'all in a bit. Deuces.